Oh my God, your poor dad.
Hi guys, it's me. So I'm sitting down to edit this episode and our audio got corrupted. So we are going to use the audio from our camera, which isn't as good of audio as we usually use. But we didn't want to leave you guys hanging in the new year. So welcome back to Your Poor Dad. Our audio issues will be fixed moving forward. I don't know what happened, but that's just on life, and that's just like rolling with the punches. I actually think this is a really good episode, and you know how hard I am on us, so if it wasn't good, I would just be like, let's just wait till next week, but I think it's a really good one. So here it is.
Ready?
Ready.
Who's ready to start us off? It's our first episode of the new year.
Oh my god, I'm ready. And I hope you guys are all ready because welcome back to Your Poor Dad. You can't choose your sisters, but you can choose your podcast. So thank you for joining us and being the fourth parent sister.
Wow, the inflection in
Yeah.
that.
Welcome. I know some of you are probably wondering if we are still sisters.
We are.
And guess what? We always will be.
You know what? We're always going to be sisters. We're always going to fight. We're always going to love each other. But that's the beauty of being sisters. And you have to deal with us too.
Because
Yeah.
you're the fourth parent sister.
Yeah. Did we have a fight this Christmas? No. Because Nick was there.
Probably.
And somebody else was there.
Yeah.
Does Nick finally think I'm annoying?
No.
I mean, Mr. Roberts, I don't know.
We can call him Nick.
Okay.
The charade's over.
Does he think I'm annoying because I called him a
vibe.
cheater?
Well, can
He
we
was-
clarify that he didn't cheat on me?
Oh, we very
I
good.
was gonna say, well, he is a cheater.
Our family, we're a games family, especially card games.
It's honestly kind of my nightmare.
Yeah. But you're always so good at all the games.
But we were playing
Because I
a game
cheat.
called golf. It's a pretty quick game, which I think is better for you.
Yeah, I need a quick. I hate when you guys play
The
Phase 10.
hand and foot.
Oh.
Oh, I love phase 10 because the phases are kind of quick, but
Okay, wait. I don't think I mind Phase 10. It's a hand and foot.
Hand
I
and foot.
literally hate that game. It's the longest fucking
anytime
game.
they bring it up, I'm like, "Whew, this is gonna be like at least 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours. Like I'm out.
It's kind of nuts.
It is nuts. And
I
like
love
once I start to lose, I'm out.
But anyways, in the game, you know, you have to draw a card. What's it called? Discard a card, whatever. You're not supposed to. You know, you can't just look at all your options and then choose the one you want to discard. It's kind of a game of chance. And he was looking at his cards.
Well,
and then when
what
we
he
found-
would do is like you're supposed to like pick up a card and you're supposed to be like, okay, I'm either going to use this card or discard it. But what he was doing that, and then he was also looking at the card that you're not supposed to look
It's
at,
like
and then
mystery.
weighing his options, and then sometimes he would discard the card after he
Yeah.
saw his card. So you called him a cheater, and he was being a cheater, and he was just like.
But
Everyone
like,
was drunk, everyone was cheating. Well, me and him were cheating, and probably Dad, so that's just that.
But
I'm a woman of honor.
it was
I would
kind
never.
of the first time that I was my true authentic self. With like sometimes I can be annoying.
But like the thing is, you're my family, and like you kind of put up with your partner's family.
Totally.
And so like even if you were annoying, he's not gonna tell me.
So anyways, if you're
Yeah.
listening to this, Nick, love you.
Love you. Wow, we have so much pop culture stuff to talk about that I really want to get into it with you guys because I just feel like I actually haven't been able to talk to you guys about like the pop culture stuff because it's been like Christmas and stuff and I've been traveling. But we had breaking news literally en route to here that Paige DeSorbo and Craig Conover broke up and it's real. Like she said it on Giggly Squad. They released it this morning, and I think that was like a really smart thing of her to do.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But I just have to say, I feel like, you know, Madison follows me.
Yeah.
On TikTok and Instagram. So like, I like love Madison, and I know she is Team Craig, and for that, like, I will not Team Craig against Paige, but Team Craig on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like she stands like it's like her, Craig, and Austin kind
Yeah.
of whatever. So that is like Craig's one redeeming quality for me because like you have to trust your faves, you know, and I trust Madison. But like
Madison loves Paige too.
no, I know, but what I'm getting to is that I think a lot of us have been blinded by the Paige effect to Craig because
She has a very strong effect.
she does, and she literally like Craig's glow up after dating Paige was so significant. And like Paige had a lot of success after dating Craig too. Like they definitely both they seemed to have fit each other and helped each other grow.
Yeah.
But like I will never forget, Craig is a fucking liar, Camille. Like he like literally lies so much, and they had like a compilation on. Are you,
so funny.
Yeah. And he's like, and even on Watch What Happens Live, he's like, I've never lied on the show, and I'm like, you're lying now on the show.
Okay, and that honestly. But he always like says it with a smile. I'm like, oh, like he's in on the joke. Like that's what I thought. Like, oh, he's in on the joke.
No, Paige. He literally genuinely
He's
doesn't
still
think that
trying
he's
to
not a
gaslight
liar.
us.
I still don't like. I'm so confused about the whole law school thing. Like we never got that like
whenever
sorted out.
Shep talks about that, and he's like, I held the envelope. Like, where did you mail it?
But then
Where
he
did it go?
And then he just like swerves and like adds like a new element to it. He's like,
But
I
then
never.
He's like uber honest. Well, I was never
Right.
allowed to take the bar because I didn't finish law school, and it's like, then why did you say you? Now you're double gaslighting us.
Yeah, it's very strange. So, literally, the only redeeming quality Craig has for me was Paige liking him and Madison liking him, and so Madison still likes him. Paige still likes him.
Yeah.
She's just not with him anymore. So, that's how I feel about it. I feel like a lot of people got blinded by the
Well,
Paige
but
effect.
also, do you listen to The Good Guys?
No.
I listen every week, twice a week. I love The Good Guys.
Okay.
But Ben made a comment about
His future wife. or
yeah
whatever.
about Paige's future hubby because
Yeah.
they were talking about their top shows of the year, whatever.
Well, that's why
And it was
everyone thought
Paige
they were
Sorba.
engaged.
Exactly. And so I was like, he's friends with them, so he has the insider information, and like Ben spilled the secret. He spilled
Yeah,
the
like
beans.
nobody's calling like me and Nick. We're not like, oh, your future
Right.
hubby,
Exactly.
Nick. Like that's your boyfriend. So that's why it was so weird for him to say that.
So I think that like, when you sent that screenshot today, I felt like I got punched in the gut because I was honestly
You were
expecting
hoping
I was expecting an engagement announcement.
She would have a gorgeous ring. She will have a gorgeous ring.
No, she will. And the thing that I know about Paige is somehow she always levels up. You
Yeah.
know?
She will level up from Craig.
No, she will.
Craig will be with like a nice, cute girl in Charleston, and she'll be fine. She'll never be Paige, and then Paige will. And that's a tale as old as time. Like,
Yeah.
it is a tale as old as time. Usually, if the girls are on the up, they will fucking level the fuck up, and guys will just, like, land where they land.
A little more comfortable, I think. You know.
Yeah.
Paige like challenges them too much.
Yeah. I like to think of myself, like, in my life, like, I kind of did, like, a Paige. Like, I leveled up. Well, with Nick.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Paige. Good.
DeSorbo.
I know.
Yeah, not.
Not this hag.
No, not yet. But, like, we don't know where you're gonna level up to.
Wow, that's a great transition because I really have got to talk about some things that are just
What?
really on my mind. And this is a really good, I think, conversation to have about communication, okay?
Okay.
So there's this guy that I have been going on a few dates with, like probably like 5 or 6 at this point, and it was things were our war. I don't know what to say. Like
Our war.
going really well. It was like, wow, the first date, great. The second date, great. Third date, great. Like this is shocking, you know. Then let me pull out my phone because I have to read these messages. Like I need the receipts
Okay.
because something about me, I am a very direct and clear communicator.
And something else about Paige is she will analyze a text message
For hours. And so
literal hours.
So
Knocking on my bathroom doorbell, blow drying my hair, I had to take out my headphone and listen to Paige be like, okay, but then he didn't say this, he said this. And so that's what's gonna happen here.
So after our card game night, the next day I was so hungover. I was throwing up all day. I could not get out of my bed. And we were supposed to go on a date.
Okay.
So I texted and I said, can we hang out tomorrow? I'm still throwing up. He said, okay, yeah, no worries. I'm sure you'll recover quickly. So I got the confirmation that we could hang out tomorrow, which would be
Okay.
yesterday.
Can I pause and just say,
Yes.
next time that happens, like, you don't need to tell them that you were throwing up. You can just say, I'm really sick.
Oh, I don't care.
No, I'm just saying, like, as somebody who, that would, like, give me the ick, and I would just,
no,
like...
because he kept wanting to come over, and I was like, I do not want you to see me like this. I am throwing up. And
Okay,
you know what I mean? Anyways, so then the next day, yesterday, I texted him right when I woke up. Like I said, I was like, hey, good morning. Like, I'm feeling good, whatever. I don't hear from this person, like, all day. Mm-hmm. So I text at 6:30. I'm like, hey, how's your day been? You know? And whatever. So then I said, here we go. I said, he said, when do I get to see you again? And I said, I thought we were going to try to hang out today, but when I didn't hear from you, I figured you were busy, so you tell me what works for you. He goes, yeah, I was busy today. Well, then why didn't you tell me that the day, like, when I asked, you know? So that's weird. So then he says, do you already have plans for New Year's? And I said, no, I don't have any solid plans yet. What about you? And he says, I do have plans, but it would be nice to see you at night. And so then I said, what does night mean, like before midnight or after midnight? He goes, ooh, let me think about that one. I'll be at a friend's party, but let me figure it out. What about tomorrow? Isn't that insane?
It's insane, but it's insane. Let me just validate your feelings.
It's insane.
It is insane. That is, like, very crazy communication. I would love to see you, like, loosen the reins a little bit on, like, you're a little tightly wound.
Well, there's a greater conversation to be had about, like, the fear of being gaslit versus being gaslit versus just a man trying to make a plan.
I feel like he's trying to gaslight the fuck out of me.
No, I don't think he's trying to gaslight you. I think, like, he's just being a really shitty communicator.
But also, it's like, why would you say, do you already have plans for New Year's? That sounds like you're about to, like, ask me
No,
to
that's,
invite
like,
me
a weird
somewhere.
thing to say.
And then
like, well, I do.
And I kind of, like, leave the door open, like, oh, like, I don't have any solid plans yet. And he's like, oh, I do. I'm like, then why wouldn't you just,
loser?
because why wouldn't you just say, oh, what are you doing for New Year's?
Yeah.
Like, insane.
No, it is, like, a very weird conversation. I think, like, you are very direct and you're very black and white and you're very, like, okay, we're making a plan. And, like, some people are just, like, shooting the shit.
Okay, but also, why, when I said, can we hang out tomorrow? Yeah.
No, that's very annoying.
Like, just say, oh, I'm busy tomorrow. It's okay that we can't do it's okay that we're not going on our date today because you're not feeling well.
Yeah.
But I'm busy.
It's really hard to start dating someone around this time because things like Christmas come up and then you, like, invited him over to, like, our family, which our family is very casual, but, like, accepting that invitation to him probably meant something more. So he did it, which is fair.
Totally fine.
And then, like, you have New Year's, which is, like, kind of like a romantic holiday.
But you normally plan a while before,
right.
So it makes sense to have
So it's
plans.
like, you kind of, like this time of year is just, like, so, it's like landmine dating.
But also, the thing that's weird is he's the one that said, I would like to see you at night. And I said, great.
And in that instance, I would be like, okay, yeah, hopefully I'll see you out.
But at least in Austin, it's not really like a hopefully, because you can't really, like, bop on New Year's in Austin. It's kind of like you have to go to one spot because you have to, like,
yeah, depending on, like, where you're going.
But it's like, why would you say, can I see you at night? And I'm like, yeah, like, are you talking about before midnight or after?
I know,
And
but
then,
I think
because then he's like, oh, I don't know. Maybe, you know what? What are you doing tomorrow?
See, when, like, what I would do is, like, I think, like, you're taking charge in that, which, like, is good.
Because I'm a clear communicator.
No, I think that also is, like, you are becoming, like, a little too alpha in the situation, where, like...
I am alpha.
I know, but, like, sometimes, like, when you become too alpha, the men, like, it lets them be beta.
I know, but I specifically said that. I said, so I can finalize my plans, because it's like, okay, are we hanging out before midnight?
But, like, I wouldn't even, that's where I think you're wrong. Like, that's where I think I wouldn't even have given him that, because it's like, he's not being proactive enough to, like, ask me, like, hey, I want to do this thing with you. Mm. So, like, I think you're like, well, I want to finalize my plan. So before midnight, after midnight, whatever. Like, you're taking too much charge.
Well, because it's like, why would you say you want to see me at night?
I'm just telling you as somebody, I'm giving you, like, another perspective.
I'm just telling you that was me being, like,
no, I get what you're doing.
Like,
I get,
nice.
No, trust me, I get what you're doing.
That was me being nice.
No, I know. But I'm just telling you, like, what I would do is to kind of like put it back on them, like, yeah, like hopefully I'll see you out. And then if he wants to see you, that puts it back in his court to like be the aggressor, because you became the aggressor in that situation. And like men like to like hunt, like it's like a little, you were making it like a little too like much of
because
a corporate conversation.
Because at that point, that was the third time. It was like, can we hang out tomorrow?
No, I get it. I'm just using this like, as an example in the conversation.
No, but I hear what you're saying, but after the third time, you're literally just, I don't even know what that is.
No, I am on your side. First of all, can I just say I am on your side?
And I think that Jade is also saying that, like, I know that you like to have an answer, but sometimes putting it back on him, and if he follows through or not, is the answer.
Yes.
No, I totally get it, but specifically with New Year's, it's like if I'm talking to some other friends.
I know, but
Paige,
like, he didn't invite you really, so like you have to let him be the person that's like gonna take the initiative, and you go about your life.
But I know, but like it would. Of course, I want to have a date on New Year's.
Yeah.
So it's like, that would suck if I make plans with my friends because of a vague text. Or honestly, it's worse if I don't make plans because, oh my gosh, he said he wanted to see me at night. You know what I mean? It's like,
I think like the way to play it is like,
it's not like a regular day.
No, I get it. And I would be the same way. Like New Year's kind of sucks with your friends. Like, let's just be real. Like, and I think like, is that okay to say like that New Year's is like more fun when you have like a date?
Totally.
But it's like, but I feel like people like make you feel like shit when you say that. They're like, you shouldn't need a man to have fun, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, like there's certain days, like New Year's Eve is more fun when you have a guy that you know you're gonna kiss.
Same with Valentine's Day.
And Valentine's Day, sorry. And we could still be feminists, okay? And want a lot for the female gender.
No,
anyways,
totally.
Okay, but what were we talking about right before I went on that little thing?
I think you were in the
I
middle
think-
of validating Paige, and then
Yes.
you were going to tell her
How I
something
was
different.
wrong.
No, I think that like the way I would play it is like you make your plans with your friends, and like make them kind of loosey goosey, like where you can fit into the plan, but you can also like bop away from the plan and bop back. But I think like that's the way I would play it as a very like type B, non-planny like girl, because I'm like very opposite of you in that way. Like I would play it loose. And so it gives you the option to bop, but like let him figure out if you're gonna bop or not, but you still have your plan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I kind of feel like this guy's out.
Paige,
I'm just saying that's the feelings that I'm getting. I'm
gonna cut this out because I think that's so unfair.
well,
Because like Paige, you give people like such a like little wiggle room to fuck up.
well, there's a lot more to this that you don't know.
There's a lot. There's more, but I think for this, like, I don't know, you just...
We'll see
No,
what
I
happens. We'll see
do
what happens.
think that he, like, if you're a guy and you're having like getting those texts as a girl is really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to help. The reason why I was trying to like be not the devil's advocate, but just like give the other side to it is so you can save your mental sanity, because like you know, it's just like frustrating dealing with people who don't know, and I don't know how to communicate a lot of times. So
Well, something that can help my mental sanity is like not talking to somebody who can't communicate, because that also is like one of the very first things that I talked about like on the date, you know, on our date, about like I'm a very like clear and direct communicator, and he's like, wow, that's so refreshing.
Okay,
you know what I mean? And
As
it's
if like he's like looking for that.
literally, and I'm like, wait,
Well, men are just like, that's just men.
And speaking of men and communication and boundary setting and stuff, I was so teased by the Toast today because they released an episode. They've been on vacation and I don't listen to them, but I was like, I'm gonna do my homework and learn about something pop culture-y today. And they released 13 minutes, but then they're like, go listen to Patreon, and they were talking, the whole episode is about like Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, and I was like, I'm gonna learn because I want to really understand this. And then they stopped it.
Well, Paige has a
I have
Patreon
it.
account, and I do too.
Well, she was asleep.
Wait, the Toast released an episode today?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, so I really wanted to talk about Justin Baldoni.
Honestly, our segues are perfect.
I know, we have really good segues today. And by the way, I just want the listeners to know, you just saw like a real sister, like interaction. Like that is so us. Okay, Justin Baldoni and Blake. So do you know the gist?
I think I know almost everything.
Because we talked about it when it originally came out.
Yeah.
But now, Blake Lively is suing Justin Baldoni because of, basically, he went on this smear campaign with like this actual group, like an agency, helped plant like stories and, you know, just like to take Blake Lively down and take down her reputation. So she's suing him for that, and also all of the stuff. She's saying basically what happened is that he retaliated against her, because at the beginning of filming It Ends With Us, before the writer's strike, all this inappropriate stuff went down. Like, he was talking about like just sexual things, his porn addiction to her, talking, like basically telling her how to like do the birth scene. He wanted her to be naked during the birth scene, and she's literally given birth 4 times. And like,
his friend be the doctor instead of hiring an extra?
well, maybe his friend's an actor. Honestly,
Maybe.
that
Okay,
like
maybe.
that was like not even an issue compared to all the other shit that he went down, or that went down on that set. And then so during the writer's strike break, God, that's so hard to say. During the writer's strike, Blake said, you know, when we return to the set, we need to have some fucking rules go down. And so he got nervous that this, like all the bad stuff that he had done was going to be leaked, because she was done with him, and I think he foresaw them doing press separately. So he didn't want it to get out that like he was this bad guy, so he kind of like got ahead of it, and there's kind of proof in text messages that he was getting ahead of it. So she feels like he retaliated against her for putting up boundaries.
For him, agreeing to her conditions is an admission of guilt.
Yeah,
saying
right,
that's
exactly.
the biggest provable thing.
And I just want to say that we firmly stood, and like I even made videos on TikTok about this, and everyone was just roasting me in the comments, and I was just like, I don't understand how you guys can look at this man and you're telling a woman that he is a more feminist than her, when she and all the other women on this set, like that was the thing that I always held on to.
That's what we all said. I mean,
Let me finish.
Okay.
So all the women on the set unfollowed him, Justin Baldoni, but yet everyone was like, Blake is so bad. So sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say, every clip that was being released of Blake maybe sounding like a bitch in like an interview or something, all of that was like, okay, I agree, like that was
It's a bad
that was like weird behavior in that interview. However, there was never the connection. It's like that she didn't look good in that interview, but also it doesn't explain why every single woman unfollowed Justin Baldoni.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like it didn't
And we got a lot of answers, and a lot of people's gripe with Blake was that Justin Baldoni was talking about DV survivors, and that Blake wasn't. Blake was making this movie seem flowery and whatever. And I listened to the Toast Patreon too, and they literally said the exact same thing I've been saying this whole time. I'm like, this book was never marketed to me as a DV book.
It shocked the hell out of me.
It was never, like, that was a spoiler in the book.
Yeah.
And like, so the fact that, and so it turns out that they had this like marketing document that was like, okay, market this movie as a nice flowery movie. And I think that was a strategy, because who wants to go see a movie about like getting the shit beat out of you, like as a woman, you know? Like it's a very triggering thing, and like whether that's right, wrong, whatever, they're trying to like get more people in the theaters.
And I do think it was kind of more powerful that way too, to kind of show this could seem like it's so great. And like that's how it happened. It's not like this one story about this one brave woman who walked away. It's like, this is how abusive relationships are started.
Exactly, and I think that's why Colleen Hoover wrote the book the way she did and marketed it the way she did. So that's why the entire female cast, and like let's also look at how the film was marketed by the cast. Like everyone was doing one thing, one person was doing something else. So what has happened is like they were all following the plan. Like, you market the movie like this, you're under contract to market the movie like this. He saw that Blake was getting so much bad press about that he then started talking about DV. And now people, and like, we don't know what Blake Lively's past is. By the way, she is a woman in Hollywood. She's probably seen some shit. And for everyone on the internet to be like, wow, like, Justin really gets it, but Blake doesn't. You think Blake Lively has never had a shitty situation with a man? First of all, every single woman has. Mm-hmm. Second of all, she has been in this business since she was a teenager. Okay. She definitely has. So, like, it's so, like, frustrating to see all these women, like, riding Justin Baldoni's dick.
Well, that's the shocking part. It's like, how did he get an army?
How did he get, and like, I'm sorry, Justin Baldoni, like, he's so, like, icky to me. Just his face is icky.
Part of their thing is that they had all those, like, bots that were doing it for him, so it wasn't actual people that were so obsessed with supporting him.
But then he has...
No, the people, like,
he has...
That's how you do it, that's how you turn the tide.
So, when I posted the original... Like, the most recent thing that was, like, breaking news, Blake Lively sues Justin Baldoni, I put it on my story, and I was like, this is wild. Like, finally justice for Blake. And I thought people who follow me know, like, that's how I'm going to stand. People were like, oh my god, she is just so insufferable. Like, wow, she's really trying hard to rehab her image. Like, everyone was so anti-Blake, and I was like, no. Like, that is not where I stand at all.
Well, the thing that was also weird to me, did you ever watch Gossip Girl, really?
Yeah.
Because, like, what I have heard that for a long time that Blake is hard to work with sometimes.
Yeah.
And so it's like, that's why when it was getting brought up now, I was like, this isn't new. Like, I feel like people either love working with her or they don't.
Yeah.
And so it was like, okay, what, like, they were trying to, like, make that a thing about, like, wow, she's so difficult, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like,
but it's also kind of like, who cares? Like,
but
men are, like, so different.
Also, it's not okay for, even if she's a bad person, it's not okay for a person to do bad things to her too, you know?
Right,
it's
totally.
still not,
yeah.
That does not matter.
And we need to remind everyone, these people are actors. Actors are fucking weird. Like, it's just, it is what it is. Like, actors are super egotistical. They're very dramatic. And they're both actors, and I think it was like...
But it's like, I don't think she's insufferable. I think he is.
Totally. Like, look at his proposal video. Have you guys seen his proposal video? It's literally the most illusory thing. If somebody proposed to me like that, I would get up and walk away after the first 10 minutes.
I couldn't watch it.
It was so bad.
What did he do?
It's like classic, like, I think this was from like 2012, so it was like very like YouTube-y kind of
Is it a flash mob?
Yes. So wait, but like that's only part of it. So, but it's actually even worse than a flash mob.
Scavenger hunt leading to a flash mob.
No, she wasn't even there. They did a flash mob without her there. So, okay, so he invites her to this like spot that they had their first date, and he's not there, but there's like a TV screen and a camera on her filming her reaction. So he's like, baby, I'm trying to get there. Like, I'll be there so soon. Like, don't worry. And then it's like this Hollywood like scene of him like crashing a car and like explosions and him trying to get to her. And then he stumbles into like a movie set, and then it's like, or like a music video set, and it's him and his friends recreating God Must Have Spent a Little More Time on You by NSYNC. And then they're like, wait, no, that's not gonna work. And then they do ABBA, Dancing Queen, and then they do I'll Make Love to You, like 3 songs in a row. Then they're like, wait, no, we gotta go get to her. So then they run, and then
like, oh wait, this isn't about us. Like, what?
Oh wait, what are we doing here?
Oh wait, we're proposing to her.
Yeah, not each other.
We should include her.
Yeah, and then they go and do a flash mob scene, and it's Bruno Mars, of course. Is it a beautiful night? And then she's not there, and then they like, and it just keeps going for like 30 minutes, and then finally
And she just has to stand there and watch this.
and she's like, oh my god, like freaking out. So she's a freak too for like thinking that this is like cool.
I hope she was at the wedding.
Like, but it's like, it's literally such a like, it's such a self-centered proposal.
It sounds like it.
Like it's not even like, oh my god, Sarah, or whatever the fuck her name is, Sarah loves NSYNC. Let's
Right.
sing NSYNC. It wasn't like, Sarah loves Bruno Mars. It's like, we like to
dance to this song.
we like to watch each other perform, so we're gonna do this. Like, it was so, like, not about her, it was all about him. And then, like, also, I just want to say, his podcast name, Man Enough, is literally so cringy. It's so fucking icky, so fucking performative. It's, the people who are buying into that, it's like, it just shows you, like, how easily people are manipulated. And also, his podcast host is no longer doing the podcast with him.
Oh, really?
Yes, his co-host dropped out. So, like, why? But, like, why are you dropping out now? Like, that's what I don't get. Like, why is WME, his agency, dropping him now? Why are all these people? This one company gave him an award for being a male, like, supporting female, which is, like, literally, like, the most. What is the word? Like,
Ironic?
not ironic, but it's like so, like, oh, like.
Like you're doing the least?
Like, yeah, like literally
for being a human?
Yeah. Like, thank you for, what do you mean, a male supporting females? Like, it just feels
That
like.
sounds like something in like a satire where it's like, this
It's like
is the
not
lowest
like-
bar.
It's like,
Condescending?
not condescending, it's like the word starts with a P.
Placating.
Kind of. Adjacent.
Patronizing?
Patronizing. To women.
Yeah.
To give an award like that to a man. Like, it's like
Yeah.
so weird. The
Yeah,
whole
it's
thing is
really weird.
so fucking weird. Like, I think Justin Baldoni is the one, it's cringy.
Man.
Ugh.
Man alive.
And all the girls that fell for it, I'm just like, how did you fall for this?
Okay, but now I'm confused because it's the same, he hired the same people to do the smear campaign as Johnny Depp did for Amber Heard, and I thought
I
Amber
know.
Heard is a freak. Is
I
she
know.
or is she not?
Well,
Do I need
but
to go read my-
let's be honest. Amber Heard and Johnny Depp are freaks.
Well,
Yes.
talk about weirdo actors. Like, they're like the weirdest actors.
Okay, but like also to that, I think that when that whole trial was going down, I was like, wow, Amber Heard is a freak, and so is Johnny Depp. But like maybe he's like, maybe their freak levels are more equal.
That's what I think.
But I think people again take it and then they run with it. And they're like, Johnny Depp, see, he's such a good guy, blah blah blah. And I'm like, no. Like, they're both freaks. Like,
Yeah.
just because she is a freak does not mean that he's good.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
and same with like the Justin Baldoni Blake thing. Like, just because like Blake Lively is a bitch does not mean Justin Baldoni is good. It just
Yeah.
means like Blake Lively is probably a bitch and Justin Baldoni is like a bitter man
Well,
who's getting
and
revenge.
but the thing
Yeah.
is like I think the problem is that Blake Lively is a strong bitch, and it's like, you know what, she it has been in the industry long enough. Like, she's married to Ryan Reynolds. It's like, you know what, this is a weird fucking set. I don't want to come back if
Yeah.
things are gonna be fucking weird. So like, so here's what we're gonna do. I want this to change, whatever. Like, there's probably a lot of women in the industry that aren't able to say that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That aren't able to stand up, to have the support of, because I'm pretty sure Ryan Reynolds was in the meeting, like, with them,
Yeah.
going over that. It's like having the support of your husband, of like your other like castmates, and it's like,
Two A-list celebrities.
it's like, Justin is going up against like a strong bitch, and that was
Yeah.
like, that he probably hasn't had to do that before.
Well, and I think the question that is, you know, no one like publicly is really saying is, did Blake Lively consult with Tree Payne before?
Totally.
Obviously. This has Tree Payne written all over it. Like,
Totally.
if you were to have told me, like, okay, how to repair the shitstorm that was started, I would be like, fuck, like, I don't know, this is gonna take years to just, like, but Tree's like, no, like,
She was like, start getting receipts.
what did he do?
Start getting receipts.
Oh, he did that? Wrong. We're gonna sue him.
Totally.
And it's like, she's not suing him for any reason except for to gain public opinion back. Like, she's not suing him because, like, she felt like she was wrong. Like, she's suing him because she wants everyone to see, like, look, we subpoenaed all your fucking text messages from all these people. And, because even the girl who worked at the agency, who left the agency, she was like, I don't know how they got all my text messages. It's because you were using like work property, and that shit was.
That's crazy.
I know. So that was really juicy. That was like really giving me life over the holidays. There was something else that happened. Oh, can we talk about Kim Santa Baby real quick? Did you watch it?
I watched all of it because I was like, okay, just give me a too long gonna watch because it's 4 minutes of just
And I said, no, you have to watch
kind
all
of nothing but everything.
Yeah.
I don't have words.
It's literally the most disturbing thing. And people who are like pro this whole thing, I guess the director is this like edgy like photographer. She's the one who photographed Rihanna in the nun outfit with like the like crazy makeup for like Interview Mag. And she like pushes the boundaries, yes. But I think we were talking about it the other day and we have like a different opinion.
She has no idea who she is.
Exactly. Like, this doesn't fit Kim Kardashian's brand. Like, who are you trying to be?
Well, it was already, she's a chameleon. She's never really known herself. Like, she wants to be cool so bad. And the thing that's so weird is, like, she is.
Yeah, like, you're cool.
Like, girl, you made it. Like, you did it. Like, you are the #1 influencer.
Yeah.
Like, just be happy with, like, she keeps trying to be cool, but she doesn't know what cool is.
Right.
And instead of just doing what she actually thinks is cool, she, like, listens to all these other people who, she's like, oh, I think people think they're cool, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it happened with her and Kanye.
Yeah, and, like, Kanye propelled Kim to the next level.
Totally.
Before Kanye, Kim was, like, not getting invited to fashion events like that. And she, like, wanted to be in the fashion world so bad. And now she is the fashion world. Like, she is super involved in that world. And then I think she thinks shit like this is like edgy and cool, but like it really fell flat with everyone. And that's the thing, Kim Kardashian, like who's your consumer? Because Mass America is your consumer, and Mass America thought that that was a weird fucking video.
Because it was.
It was so weird.
Every second of the video was weird as fuck. And it just got
only
weirder.
part of the video that made sense was Macaulay Culkin being in it because he's weird and that is something he would do. Where he's like, Christmas is my holiday, I'm taking it back, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what, Macaulay, you can.
I think it's different, like, if it were presented from the artist's point of view, like, if it was, like, the director presenting, like, this thing, then I think that would be so different. I think it's weird that it came from Kim. Because Kim does not have this point of view. Kim is not, like, you know what would be so sick if I was crawling around looking like I was overdosing on heroin.
In my thong.
In my thong, hanging out of my little, like, Skims leggings, and there was weird fucking Christmas shit happening around. It looked like I'm in a Christmas crack house.
Yeah.
With Christmas meth all over the floor. But I think it would be different if it was, like, the director and the artist.
And then Kim reposted.
Yeah, and Kim was like, and they were like,
I was cast in this.
I think, yeah, because if it came from the director and the director was like, I want this juxtaposition of like this person who seems to have it all together to be in this like weird thing, but instead it's like coming from Kim.
It looked like Kim hired the director to make this thing.
Yeah.
Kim is not artsy. Kim is not edgy. Kim, like, that's not Kim. So
It's like Courtney would make more sense than Kim.
100%.
I agree.
But I think Courtney, and I've always thought this, I think Courtney has a much more strong point of view of style and design than Kim, and it like shows in her life. Like, Courtney's style has like evolved over the years, but like she's always had like her own thing. Kim's style has gone from like left to right to all over the place. Like, first she was like the girl that was wearing you know, like she was very like almost like baby fat kind of vibes, you know, like very Kimora Lee Simmons was kind of like her vibe. And then she turned into Kanye's like beige like muse. Yeah. And now their house is like all white, beige, like nothing is like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like she has like a point of view on style to me.
Yeah. And the fact is she has more money than Davy Crockett. She can make whatever weird videos she wants to make. She can have her voice be heard in whatever way, but then people are gonna think she's weird because she's doing weird stuff.
I think you're confused, Kim.
Yeah.
Kim, literally, you're good.
You're good. Like, you made it.
we like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing that really bothered me, which is like so off-brand for it to bother me, was like the whole like Christian element of it. Like the
He
Jesus.
is not a man of God. He is not a man of God.
Yeah, like that person chanting that, then there's like Jesus
That
opening the
scared
fridge.
I'm scared.
And then there's like Mary that looks like Kylie Jenner holding a donkey, like with a donkey. And I think it just bothers me so much is like they shove being Christian down everyone's throats. Like they are like, you even have North like telling everyone like, oh, I taught my siblings how to pray. Like maybe I shouldn't bring my kids into it. But like, you know, I mean like it feels like that's
always been a big talking point for
right.
them.
They own a church, which is obviously like a tax write-off like for them. But like you have all this stuff, but like there's not one Christian I know that would like be like, oh yeah, you know what I'm gonna use in my Christmas crack house video, Mary and Jesus. Like you would just leave them out of it. Like
Leave them out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like kind of icky in a weird, like,
Yeah.
I was scared. I was like, this is a horror movie,
Yeah.
and everyone who watches this is about to be hypnotized.
I also just like, you can't look at Kim crawling around on the floor and not think that she was on drugs. Like that was definitely the point of the video, is that she was on drugs.
She couldn't even walk.
Yeah. And I think it's just because I got done reading Demon Copperhead too, which is all about the opioid crisis in Appalachia. People were telling me I was saying it wrong.
Wait, how do you say it?
Appalachia. I said Appalachia.
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 I don't
they
know.
say that if you say it wrong, we'll throw in Appalachia. That's how you remember.
Oh. How do you know that?
I listen to people.
You know like the most random shit. Which you really need to read Demon Copperhead.
I really want to.
Actually, you would like it too.
Okay, I'll read it too.
It's so good.
I really need to get through. I'm telling myself I have to finish the second Housemaid book. I've been reading it for a month and a half now. It's so hard for me to get. I loved the first book so much. I read it so fast. And so I want to read all three of them, but this second book, I don't know.
Do you have a Kindle?
No.
I find reading easier on the Kindle because
It's not the book itself, it's what's written inside it. You know?
then just ditch it. Like if a
But
book
you can let it go.
I need to see. Even Mom was like, just finish it.
I would give yourself like an hour a day and just like give yourself an hour to get through to the point where it turns, because it's always gonna turn. But
This one guy's name is Brock, and to make fun of him, this other guy's calling him Broccoli, and it's like, that's not funny. Like, it's just like, ooh, broccoli. I'm like,
books are like rarely like funny, you know?
it's just like, what are we doing?
Like the joke doesn't translate to the page a lot of the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm reading?
Oh my god,
I'm so
no,
about
yeah,
it.
you, what's it called?
ACOTAR.
Yeah.
A court
I'm
of-
shocked.
I am so shocked.
I'm shocked.
Well, so many people have been telling me I need to read it, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna read the first book, and
How many books are there?
There's like 6 books.
Whoa.
It's giving Harry Potter. So I was worried because you guys know how much. So this is how it was marketed to me. It's like a romance, like sci-fi novel, and I was like, okay,
It's
well,
smut, right?
it's not as smutty as I thought it was gonna be. Like smut to me is like,
Colleen Hoover.
yes, like. I was worried it was going to be, like, lacking depth the way I think a lot of Colleen Hoover's books lack a lot of depth. And I'm, like, I'm not trying to say I'm super intellectual, but I like a juicy, beefy book. Like, I like Demon Copperhead. I like The Nightingale. I like a book that's going to tear my soul out, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't really like thrillers. Like, thrillers to me are just kind of like, it's like a cheap shot.
Yeah,
A lot
that's
of
why
the
I
time.
like them.
And like romance books, I don't really like them. It feels like a cheap shot. And it's like, you've read one, you've read them all, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really worried about ACOTAR, especially because it was giving, the more people were telling me about the book, I was like, this is giving Twilight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I fucking hated Twilight.
I didn't even know you read Twilight.
I read the whole series.
Bailey in college, though.
Love
I know.
Twilight.
What do you mean?
A little old.
What? No, what?
I loved Twilight. I was a freshman. Or I was probably in, like, 7th grade.
And that explains Twilight to a T, because
Yes.
it is meant for like middle school kids,
Yeah.
but it was marketed as like this amazing love story book. Like I was actually the perfect age for Twilight. Like I was 18 or 19.
Well, I think that I was the perfect age, and they just couldn't say this is a romantic story for an elementary age child.
I know, but it was like, when you think about it, like, first of all, like, 19 is still, like, really young, and all my friends are like, you need to read this book, it's so good, and I kept, like, reading the books because I was like, when is it gonna get good? And it was so fucking bad.
But the thing is, you don't like vampires. Like, you don't like that kind of stuff. Like, that's never been your thing. That's like, we like that.
Yeah, but,
like, we like that, like, the fantasy, like, sci-fi kind of stuff.
But
and,
I
that's
like
never
Harry
been your
Potter.
thing. Oh, that's...
But it's, I don't like
Yeah.
wizards, I like Harry Potter. I don't like, you know, that kind of stuff, but I like the stories. And I think, like, J.K. Rowling just did a really good job at, like, telling the story of Harry Potter and, like, building the world. And, like, that's what ACOTAR is kind of doing for me. I was worried, I was like, okay, it's either going to go Harry Potter or Twilight for me. And
Well,
it's going more towards Harry Potter.
You've got to... I was looking at the comments on your video, and everyone was like, chapter 52 or 54 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, you gotta tell me what happens in that chapter, because everyone's
Just
like...
read it.
Well, we'll see.
Okay. But I will say it's like, it's really, it gives me more like Harry Potter vibes. The romance is like, it's there. Like, it is like the common thread holding the story together. But it feels more believable than Twilight. My problem with Twilight was like, Bella was so obsessed with Edward and I didn't understand it. Like, the writer didn't build the romance up enough for me. To where, like, when he left, I was like, you barely knew this guy, and your connection wasn't even that good. You guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, she didn't even imprint on him.
It just, like, makes that weird thing of, well, it's just love. It's a feeling that just happens, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like, you meet the right person, and then that's just it.
But she didn't do a good job of getting me on the journey with Bella.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, like, Bella was, like, leaps and bounds ahead of me, and I'm like, wait, how did we get here? How did we get to the point where a whole book is spent of you being a fucking miserable bitch, and you're hanging out with this other guy who seems like pretty nice.
He's really nice.
He's really nice. He's like kind of a loser, but like nice.
He's so sweet.
But it would be a way better choice. Have you seen the video of Kristen Stewart that they're trying to challenge her? She's doing like a press thing, and they're giving her lines that she's said in movies, and she's reading it, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna have to do an impersonation of myself. And she goes, oh, well, and then she like read the line like that, and then she knew what movie it was. Well, I don't know. And I was like, oh my god.
To Kristen Stewart's defense, like, she was the best person to play Bella.
100%.
Like, because Bella was the most insufferable person to read about.
Yeah.
But ACOTAR, it's like, the romance is the theme of it, but like, you understand, like, step by step kind of how it,
Like, you're starting to fall in love with them, too.
yeah, like, exactly. And like, I'm having a hard time with my words today. Like, the stakes keep getting higher and higher, and you understand why, and it all makes sense. And then there's like fights, and there's magic, and then like there's fairies, and like it's cool in the way like Harry Potter is cool, and it's not like lame in the way Twilight was lame.
Okay.
So
Happy for you.
Thank you.
So speaking of smut, I do have a question. Is your For You page like? Do you like? I don't even know how to. It's like, but it's like smut like videos or something that it's like, but they're like series or something. That's like, what is this? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I thought you were talking about the videos Jade is making.
No,
I was
no,
like,
no.
what are you talking about?
No, like when I'm scrolling, I'll get this like it's like an ad, but it's like these weird little like and I'm like, what is this? And it's like these weird. They want you to subscribe to these awful things, and I'm like, is this all smut? I think it's just like sex. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Is it porn?
Well, I don't know. I haven't watched
Is that the
it.
word you're looking for?
I haven't watched it, but like, is that allowed to be on TikTok? Like, what is happening?
I don't know. That is not coming across my desk, so I don't know what
give
you.
it a day.
I mean, my For You page is mostly like, look at this donkey that's friends with the duck. I'm like, oh my god, they're so cute.
Well, like the one that I saw this morning, it was like an alpha wolf, and then like he's trying to imprint on like a girl, and I was like, I can't do this. And then I just like scroll past, and it's like,
Okay,
what does this mean?
You talking about a wolf right after I said the donkey thing, wine is wholesome. They're like just happy farm animals.
That's so funny.
When I come across it, I don't even know if I can send it to you.
No,
It's not a
just
TikTok.
screenshot.
Yeah.
But then now, if you screenshot it, it's gonna
Then it's
know,
gonna
and then
know.
it's like, oh, she likes this.
and then I'm just gonna keep going. Like,
Yeah.
what is this? What are these weird
The more
little-
you're trying to figure it out, the more it stays on your For You page. So, like, you can't, like, understand. Like, you can't, like,
you
try to
just
figure
go
it out.
away.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Some things that are on my For You page, though, I got onto, like, nail TikTok where, like, the nail techs are filming themselves talking to, like, a customer. And I think it's, like, all skits to try to, like, get engagement. But it's, like, the person will, like, get their nails done. And they're like, oh, I'm wondering if I could pay you next week because
Oh,
I
I
don't.
see.
And it's, like, and then the nail person has to, like, be like, no, like, you should have told me this before. And then they, you know, tussle or whatever. But, like,
Hustle.
and then it's like that's like what's on my For You page a lot.
Or like the hairstylist ones.
Yes.
Or like the restaurant
Are you on
server.
Are you on Ashley Trevino TikTok?
Say more.
She's like this girl. She kind of has this like face where it's like big lips, big fake eyelashes, and she's always drunk on TikTok live, and she's like a fucking hot mess, like a big hot mess, and then she says like all these crazy things that get like put into sound. Like
I think so.
have you heard the sound that's like Tia, does it smell?
Oh,
Does it
yeah.
smell? That's her. But like now I'm on this, and I don't even want to be on this side of TikTok, so I'm always like scrolling really quickly when I realize it's about her. But like she is like a menace to TikTok, and like she's like always drunk, she's always like doing drugs, and so everyone's like having a talk about her right now.
Interesting.
That's kind of what's been on my For You page that I didn't really.
Well, what else do you want to talk about?
Is there any other stuff that's like going on? I feel like there's a big. Oh, I'm on Tour's Appetite.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it. Oh, and
Oh, yeah, you have brown hair.
Oh, and I have brown hair, so literally new year, new me.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Like, what else?
Jimmy Carter died, rest in peace.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
When?
Like, yesterday, today?
Wait, did I not send you guys the video?
You did, I don't think she opened it.
You should watch it. It's really funny.
What is it?
Just
watch it.
Well, yeah, you can watch it, or you can do
It's
it on your
quick.
own time.
So the people
Is it-
I swear I am not uneducated.
Yeah.
My family knows me
It's very
way
funny.
too well.
Jimmy Carter passed away.
Way too well.
Just wait.
Jimmy Carter passed away, the former president, Justin.
No, but keep going.
Jimmy Carter.
Who's Jimmy Carter? Like, that's the former president, Justin. Like, that just tickled me.
That is so funny. Oh, God. Well,
R.I.P.
any, like, New Year's resolutions that you guys... We're in the new year now. Like, we are coming to you from the future, so...
So we already started this, and it's going great, I'm sure.
Right. Well, it's day one, technically, of your resolution.
Okay, so I'm so excited to embark on this journey. I just want to, like, feel better about myself just in general. Like, feel like I have my shit together, not feel so, like, slobby. Because, like, I feel slobby in my body and in my life.
Slobby in my body.
Slop on my bob. You know what I think a good like first step for that is?
Cleaning my room.
No.
Getting my car registered. Finding clothes that fit me.
I was gonna say maybe like cutting out breakfast cheese and adding in like, you know, more nutritious breakfast.
Okay.
But breakfast cheese like would make me feel. I know my 36-year-old body, and like you're about to be 30.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. You're about to be 30. Oh my
You're
God.
about to be 30.
I'm about to be 30.
Like your body really does change, and they say it, and it sounds like when they're telling you that you're like, but it's not gonna happen to me, and it like really does, and like your body can't withhold breakfast cheese at a certain point, and like
Yeah.
you need to add in a vegetable.
Well,
too.
I need to withhold breakfast cheese. My body can't withstand it, probably.
Right, withstand. Your body can't withstand. That's a harder word to say. Withstand breakfast cheese.
Are you okay?
No.
Yeah.
Also, I think moving around, moving
moving
your
your
body.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I I almost always get 10,000 steps. I have a pretty active job. Like, I don't get a...
I think, like,
sit down.
doing, like, some core exercises, you know, like, outside of steps.
Yeah.
And I think those are just, like, two little things I would change. And then I think, like, once you see... When I was going through, like, my darkest depth of my life, well, I guess, like, divorce was, like, pretty dark. And then, you know, getting dumped was, like, also really dark. Like, focusing on, like, what I could control, which is, like, my food and, like, my movement, that helped everything else kind of, like, settle itself out.
Yeah. I also don't think I'm in my darkest depth.
No,
you know?
I'm not saying...
She was talking about herself.
I was talking about myself.
But it's like, oh, and then I'll relate to you about my divorce and getting dumped. I'm, like, pretty good in that area.
No.
Things are going well.
Yeah, like, I'm not saying... I'm just saying... when I felt like there was no way out of something, like, I focused on what I could control,
Yeah.
you know?
But again, I do feel like there's a way out. This is not like
Okay.
a cry for help. I'm okay. I'm good, and I just think I could be better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm fine, guys.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
When I was at my lowest point.
When I was just like you.
Anyways, I want to be more active as well.
As well.
So we can do that together. And my goal for 2024 was to read 5 books. I read more than 5 books, so that's really good.
Wow.
So now I'm gonna say my goal for 2025 is read 10 books.
She's doubling it.
Let's see if she can do it.
She can.
She can.
My goal, I got a head start on my goal, which was, like, to not scroll at night.
I need to do that.
And I'm telling you, like, the Kindle has helped me do that so much, because I think, like, getting out a book is just, like, a little bit more daunting. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, you have to have the light on. It's,
Yeah.
like, whatever. Like, the Kindle, it's just, like, right there, and it, like, all the books are in it.
Yeah.
Like, and I always buy a book immediately after I finish a book, so, like, it's already ready to go, and I'm not, like, sitting there waiting. Like, I always have, like, my next one queued up. And that has helped me a lot, because I'm less interested in scrolling.
You know what's shocking to me? My average screen time went down so much being off work. Because I don't have time during the day to, you know, be looking at social media when I'm working. But I usually average like 4 hours of screen time per day. Not on like one app. It's like, that includes like Spotify.
Oh, my screen time is...
I don't want to.
Oh, I thought you were saying it was too high.
No, I was like, 4
I
hours.
don't want to tell you.
But my average screen time last week was like 1 hour, 26 minutes. And those are mostly my word games.
I'm crying. There's, like, literally no way out. Like, I spend, like, an hour a day on the phone, just, like, on the toilet. Total. Like, I can't.
Well, I was just so surprised that it was less. Yeah.
There's no fucking way in hell.
Look up your screen time.
No, I know what it is. It's so
I
bad.
don't want to look at mine.
My screen time
Do you
is,
think
like...
I'm wrong?
No, I won't even tell Nick my screen time. That's, like, one thing. He's like, come on, just tell me. I'm like, no.
It's okay.
Oh, wait. Mine is down a lot.
Where do you go?
I just search screen time. This is usually plus, like, 2 or 3 hours.
Okay, that's not that bad.
No, but, like, it's usually a lot more.
Wait. Mine isn't tracking.
Like, I already have 52 minutes on my phone today.
I mean,
And it's 10:30 a.m.
today I woke up at 3:30 in the morning and then I go back to sleep, so I already have spent a lot of time.
Wow. My screen time is down as well.
Look at us.
Interesting. Mine wasn't set up on this phone, so.
Whoops.
Oops. So I guess
it doesn't count.
I guess I'm healthy.
My goal, my overarching, like, words of 2025 are rich and skinny.
Okay.
So, like, that's all I'm really, like, I'm focusing on, you know, my body, my health, and my money. I, like, need to get my money in order.
We all do. I also think we should focus on this podcast.
In this podcast, that's part of rich. That's in the rich category.
Totally.
Yeah. So
Speaking of spending, I'm kind of ruining the segue, how we were doing such a great job sounding so professional. But speaking of people who spend an hour on the toilet looking at their phones, that makes me think of Dad. Do you know what Dad's biggest toxic trait is?
What?
Being so insistent on helping things and then not listening when it's like, that's not a helpful thing for you to do. For example, Dad 3 times kept taking the trash out at our house, but he won't take the trash bag out of the bag. He takes the entire trash can outside with the bag inside and dumps loose trash into our big Austin City trash, which makes that like dirty, and then we have to clean it. It's like, now you're giving me a chore.
Wait, why do you have to clean your trash can?
Because now it has loose food and stuff in it. It's gonna get disgusting.
It gets like sticky and stinky.
That's
and
why
then,
you have the bags. And it's like, thank you for taking out the trash, Dad. It would be more helpful if you took it out how any normal person does and spent probably 26 cents on a trash bag.
Yeah, like just take the fucking trash bag out.
yeah, we have 1 million. We get them from Costco.
Like how it costs less than 1
Like,
cent.
why does he do that?
It's bizarre.
to save a penny. You know?
I just took the trash out today, and it reminded me of all the loose food trash that's just sitting in our big trash can and just
Well,
grinds my gears.
it's Christmas morning, and I'm at Nick's house with his family, and Mom calls me and she goes, "Hi, your pool is cavitating." And I was like, and she's like, "Where's your pump?" And I'm like, "What are you saying? Like, I don't know."
Call Carl.
I'm like, "What is cavitating?"
What is cavitating?
She said, "It's where like something is getting stuck in your pump and your pumps are like overworking." And I
Oh,
was
like
like, "Oh,
the
you could have
leaves.
just said that." And I was like, "I don't know." And then like Nick's trying to he's like, "I don't know where it is." And I was like, "I don't know where it is." And they were just like stressing me out because like Mom sounded so panicked on the phone. "Where's your pump? Your pool's cavitating." And I was like, it sounded like an earthquake is like happening and like water is like spilling over.
Well, because all they can talk about is their pool pump. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, that's a helpful thing to be like, oh, there's this problem and we're gonna fix it right now. But also, it's like, that was, there maybe could have been a helpfuler way to do it.
Sorry, Nick's giving me tasks that, and you know
Probably.
I'm not good with tasks.
I hate tasks.
It's just to print something, but that's like already giving me anxiety because I'm like, I don't know how to do that. Like I
Make a
do,
printer.
but yeah. Anyways, it's not a problem for you guys.
Yeah, we have a printer.
Okay, so should we wrap this up?
Yeah,
I think so. I think this was really good.
The next
Great.
episodes, I'm going to be in Orange County for the whole month of January, so the next episodes are going to be remote. And they're going to be lovely, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Make sure to write, what should we have them write in about? Maybe like Christmas drama. I feel like a lot of drama happened over Christmas. Or your New Year's drama.
Yeah.
Ooh, I bet there's gonna be a lot
Yeah,
of
like
New Year's
because
drama.
Paige was talking about her pretty.
The stakes are so high, it's like ripe for a disaster.
It is. It really is. So write in with like your holiday drama. Like, did you get in a fight with your friends? Did you get in a fight with your boyfriend, your family, etc. And we're so excited for 2025 with the girlies.
Thanks, guys, for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.